to Spotlight, and today with me in the studio I have a lovely young girl, Monica. I met Monica at a beauty pageant where she was covering the backstage events, and her style, her intensity, her excitement, it just went through to the camera, onto my computer, and I called her and said, Monica, let's talk. Hi, Monica.
Hi, lovely to meet you.
Same here, same here. It was very exciting to see you backstage, and you were more excited than the participants.
I just think that the excitement, the energy was just electrifying. I just love seeing the nerves, the excitement, just the anticipation of the event. I mean, everyone was just so pumped for the show. It was just so awesome and exciting to watch. It just couldn't help but rub off on me.
Look at her. She's juggling as a mother, as a presenter, and still the excitement, it comes through.
Well, as I said before, when you see people so excited, so happy about something, you can't help but feel exactly the same way.
Exactly. Tell me, are you always in your presenter mode, or you are quiet sometimes?
Oh, I've got my quiet moments. As you know, any person, I'm not always excited and happy. I've got my sad moments. My husband would say sometimes I'm very cranky, so it all depends on the moment. But back at Mrs. India Australia, I couldn't help but be happy and excited for the contestants.
Right. We are planning to have you on board with NTV, and whatever I discussed with you, I gathered that you are into music, into acting, into media. Yes. Tell us a bit about what you do. What's your background?
Okay, I learnt music when I was very young, when I was 4 years old. And what I love about music, about playing the piano, is that every single piece tells a different story. For example, if a piece is called Fur Elise, it's a love letter. It's a love letter. It's a story about love, about happiness. It's about all these different emotions, and it's so wonderful how every single piece of music tells a very different story.
So you teach piano to kids or anyone who wants to learn?
Anyone who wants to come. I love to teach people who love music, because that is really where they thrive and grow in love for music.
And what about your acting? I've heard you have been involved with theatre, and you have done a few gigs. Tell us something about that.
Okay, well, before I got pregnant with this one, I used to be a children's theatre performer, so I was on a theatre contract, and we put on these plays about anti-bullying, so we'll raise awareness on how to stop bullying in schoolyard. So
this was kind of street workshops, or they were properly written and designed and performed?
It's an actual scripted play, which I did for 2 years. So at the moment, there's a lot of bullying happening in schools, and basically what we're doing with these plays is that we are showing people this is what bullying looks like, this is what we do to stop it.
All right. And then you gave it up after you had the child?
Well, when I was pregnant, it was a very physical show, lots of heavy lifting and running around, so obviously I couldn't do it. But I was involved in a bit of directing for a play as well, so I've always been at the backstage. So I love being involved, not just on stage, but also backstage as well.
So do you intend going back to your theatre? Any ideas? Can we expect something coming up soon?
Well, no, you'll have to wait and see.
बैठेंगे संग, जमाएंगे रंग, होंगी कुछ मुलाकातें, करेंगे कुछ बातें। सो प्रोग्राम साथ साथ में।
Okay, we're back before a short break, which Gemma wanted. Is it Gemma's first appearance on camera?
Yes, it is, and she seems to be liking it. She was a bit antsy at first,
Yeah.
but I think she's gotten the hang of it, so.
Yeah. Tell me, how hard is it to juggle your television, juggle your events, your piano, and being a mother? How do you cope up with it?
I think you would always make time for anything that is important to you. No matter how busy you are, you will always make time for something that you really want to do. So, obviously Gemma is my first priority, so I always have time to make her happy, to feed her, to get her to sleep. But, entertaining people is also important to me, so I always make time for that too.
And I was going to tell my viewers that Monica is going to be joining NTV, and you'll be seeing a lot more about her. Tell me, on television or on camera, what do you want to show people? What do you want to show?
Okay, when I'm interviewing someone, it's not about me, it is about the other person. So for example, if I'm interviewing someone who's been through some sort of trauma, I want to get out of that person their emotions, their past experiences, how it's changed them. So it's not about me, it's about the other person.
Alright, and what kind of programs do you have in mind? What kind of programs would you like to put forward?
Okay, I've got so many ideas, but one of them I think is a social justice issue about sweatshop labour. So back in, say, India and China, everyone knows that they get paid, for example, 5 cents an hour. But what most people don't know is that that sort of stuff is happening here in Australia, in some of our own backyards. But I want to raise awareness of sweatshop labour happening in Australia as well. And also maybe a fun music program for the kids might be nice.
You just said that sweatshop labour is happening right here in Australia.
That's right.
We often hear from the politicians saying that, how there are inhuman conditions in other countries and
Yes.
people are treated like slaves and they are made to work for almost nothing.
Yes.
Do you think the politicians are unaware of what's happening in Australia, or they're just turning a blind eye?
No, I think that there is a large amount of unawareness. So if you go to, say, China, you could actually physically see these big sweatshops. But in Australia, it's all hidden underground because it's not legal to pay someone below minimum wage, which is why they hide it. So if you can't see sweatshops here, how could you get rid of it?
Yeah, but I've heard, we're drifting away from you, but since you started this subject, that if you designate an area called a free trade zone, there the Australian wages and the Australian working conditions don't apply. And in those areas, you can choose to pay whatever you want to pay. It's just called a free trade zone. That's what they're planning to do in Darwin. They're planning to start open up the abattoirs and get people from Indonesia to work there and not pay them Australian wages.
Well, that's really sad to hear, and that's something I'd like to explore as well. So thanks for raising that.
I've given you something.
Yeah.
All right. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome you aboard on NTV, and we hope to see a lot of you. My viewers hope to see a lot of you, and we hope we have a very long and creative relationship where you come up with different creative ideas and give us our programming is very balanced. With you on board, we plan to have a bit more zest into it.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
So, we're looking forward to see you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.